Ah, qui su. Io qui volevo andare.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your brother would have sided with the Abyss. Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right? He said we needed to reach the end of our journey. Paimon bets he still has lots more to tell us. And we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Then Paimon will be sure to keep up the good work. Although, where should we go next? If we want to continue with the journey... Oh, you mean the god that took your brother away in the first place? You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started with her. Yeah, Paimon bets she's the key to understanding this whole mystery. Well, we've ruled out two gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next... Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Zhongli said it was a closed nation. We'll have to find some other way in. Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already. Atsuko in Lea Harbor. She's from Inazuma. Let's see what she has to say.
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, there is a way.
Great! We came to the right person!
But the chance of success is incredibly small.
Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma in the first place?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were close on my tail. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and freshwater supplies soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. Then, I blacked out. But, to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. That's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale must be a sign that the gods were watching over me.
What a horrible journey! And you set off knowing how dangerous it was?
Praticamente ragazzi dobbiamo andare a rimettere l'osso del collo, questo è il
because
senso.
everything is just
Molto
too
bene.
restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the nation to a protracted approval process, and I felt like I didn't belong there.
Kanjo Commission? What's that?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose they're equivalent to the 8 trades under the Liu Ichising. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like it doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, I begin to lose all hope for the future. What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should abandon your... You should know that the sea... And even if you did manage to find a way, You'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for processing Outlanders. Otherwise, you'd be kicked out immediately.
Praticamente dobbiamo fare dei documenti per andare in Inazuma.
Setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable, but if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
The raft idea.
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. They're well known in Liyue. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide...
You're right. Paimon's sure Beto of all people will be able to get us there. Her crew is... But Paimon wonders if...
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored...
Then there's no time to lose. Let's...
Ecco fatto. Ciao. Ma... Soling. Oh, c'è...
Oh, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. I knew you guys would come.
Che te ridi?
Paimon. What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... Yes, the stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. I prefer other means of entertainment.
Ok.
This young man is Kaitahara Kazuha, a temporary
caso, l'avevo
addition to my crew
riconosciuto.
for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
Well, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give you a chance to perform.
Ecco.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey,
mancava
you
il
don't want to
poeta.
pass this opportunity up too easily. Especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero, do you mean...
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase their talents. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability, not just people taking part for the fun of it. So, you've got
Certo.
nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue.
Che
And
bello.
with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament. Now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turnout this time.
But we didn't come here to take part in
Esatto,
a martial
noi non
arts
vogliamo
tournament.
questo.
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is particularly sought after. Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that light remains. As for whether this
Ok.
shell has any practical application, well,
No, vabbè.
this remains to be seen. But
Per
my
questo io non
intuition
potevo
tells
fare
me that
tutti gli
while it
eventi
remains in
collegati
the world,
a questa cosa.
it may
Era
just
logico,
be
se io non ho
possible
fatto
for
questa
someone else
questa è
to
normale
inherit
che
it.
non mi ci porta.
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's
Non lo
gotta be an
facevo così
individual of
poeta, devo
exceptional
dirlo.
strength and talent. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, so if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma, not fighting in some tournament.
Inazuma? You want to go there?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sweat. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless Vision, or a ticket to Inazuma aboard the Alcor. Up to you.
You just want her to take part in your tournament.
Esatto.
What's wrong with that? The more talent
Vabbè, ma
we
non mi
have, the better
aspettavo
the
mai che
tournament
fosse
will be.
Kazuha.
I couldn't let a competitor like you fall.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much...
Proviamo. Che
Great.
facciamo?
Then let's get you signed up. Head to the
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the answer is revealed.
Quale risposta? Tu mi preoccupi.
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Over here!
No, no. Ok. Ho dovuto fare tutto il giro, raga, vi rendete conto? Eccoci qua. Che palpebre.
Hello, are you...
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then allow just the clash as a comprehensive test of fighting ability. And nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that.
Me? Only a former runner-up in the What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch... They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into... I told you. I'm not saying I came out completely
Uh-huh. But for us, even for... Alright.
I'll see you in the arena.
Vabbè. E questo chi è?
Hey, youngster. Are you... If so, seems I found myself another new adversary.
So you're also here for the...
You better believe it. For me,
Mamma mia, raga, mi sembra uno
obtaining
più
a
scemo
vision is
dell'altro.
the final and most important piece. No. It's not about what I want to do. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life. I've passed every exam I've ever taken. Enjoyed, in most people's eyes, a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was... I've also
Praticamente
brought
un
along a bit of an
raccomandato, raga,
entourage
GG.
Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice. I seem to have gained another fan. Now
Sì,
then,
sì.
you
E
don't
per il
mind?
momento, raga,
I
non
need
si
to
fa
finish my
nemico nessuno. Poi
pre-competition
dopo si
routine.
vedrà.
It's not too long now before you'll get to see me.
Ok, manca l'ultimo.
E...
Salve. Ci conosciamo? Ciao. Sì, sì, ho capito
Are
tutto.
you here for the Crux Clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a
Exactly. With a...
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh?
famous. He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan. And
Che
you
cos'è?
probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. He's got to be a
Okay.
grand master or something. He's to the Ling Shan clan. He teaches a special technique known as force dispersion.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks without moving an inch. For example, our master can use
Okay.
it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without...
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been...
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition
Ecco.
fees and still have nothing to show for all our training.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking about here. He doesn't...
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting increasingly impatient with us. Recently, though...
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same situation.
Exactly. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial...
See you in the arena.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys pay way too much for their kung fu classes.
Vediamo un po'.
Chink's a village arm wrestling champion, huh? Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler? It's really her!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get her autograph later.
I trust you're
Autografo.
aware that only those without visions can enter. Really? But from what I've heard, the things.
Yep, she still doesn't have a vision though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself. It's just a formality for you, of course. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon too. Put that.
Whoa.
Might as well declare her the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record. Right, you're right. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the tournament.
There's another prize, too? Oh, first I've heard of it.
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract...
But why would anyone...
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto and... Well, nobody expected you to sign up to a tournament like this. I can hardly... Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll...
Hey, so
Oh, Dio mio, raga.
Paimon's thinking about that. Even though you don't have a vision, so Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still... Alright, it's showtime!
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to Good. Then please...
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament.
Ammazza il botto.
Her first bout begins now!
Come on, let's go sign up.
You? You're the hero they're talking about?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go
Su,
and see
sotto a
Beto.
chi tocca.
She'll probably
Dai,
have something to say to us.
Su. No, Metal, che palle, non mi dica così, te prego. Ciao, Beidu.
I knew. So, what do you think, Kazuha? She totally dominated.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some...
Well, I fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show she put on just now, she's... So, come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to...
All right. Let me think how to aptly... You fought well.
All right, then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. You know, A lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liu was... And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same. Well, since ever... For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention... So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinals.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a...
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade her otherwise. Besides,
C'ha una
at your
bella voce
level,
però quella.
you would have made it to the semifinals anyway.
To be fair...
Alright, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there. We're finally here, folks.
The captain seems... Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well. Show me that you are ready to push...
Alright, that's enough chit-chat for now.
Sì,
The
è
audience is
chit-chat.
waiting. Go
Chit-chat.
find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take you...
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are...
Relax. My girl's at...
Okay, follow me.
È grosso.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
It's a fury! Well taught!
Liscio.
You're...
Yes.
I'm sweating. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon, if you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of...
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're strong enough, but mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't I've fought and won against vision bearers before.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that masterless vision?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters, and only in defeat
Ha
can you
fatto
understand
semplicemente per
your
una
weakness.
questione di forza.
Wow.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again.
By the way, do you know who else?
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have, so don't get too cocky.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the third round.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He
Ah,
is a formidable... I
perché ho
faltered
paura.
for but a brief moment. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Non mi piace sto fatto, raga.
He tried to use force to... His opponent was pretty freaked out. Why don't you dodge, they ask. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him. I don't dare tell my master about this. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment.
Oh, alright then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery.
Thanks, I'll do...
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
You gave an outstanding... I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. But you were quick to adapt, and managed to claim victory over your opponent. In fact, I discerned this not from what
È
I
molto
saw,
carino
but what
lui,
I heard. The
He's right. But in my case, I was pure... I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the...
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has... What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
Yeah, we could tell that.
It is true that I am versed both in... I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring...
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt.
You betcha. Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still. Come with me.
Come with me. Bene. Come with you.
Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
Now that we're alone, let me cut. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element.
Ok.
But
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. I mean these things in the truest sense possible. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind and the whispers of the leaves. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you. Nothing more.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating the things that are snap.
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told her what it's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, she just naturally learned to use the Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then, let's test your skills, shall we?
Certo.
You can... Oh, pay no attention to me.
No, my sword!
Prepare to be blown away.
La madosca. Ho sbagliato proprio il soggetto, raga. Vai, vai.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond... Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to in other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attacks should pose no threat to you. Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements that defies all known principles.
Non è niente.
The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems, and one will always encounter that which is still unknown.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but...
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant my apologies. You must, for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. So that's what you're curious about? Then allow me to tell you more. As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably, sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself? Not to mention, with no new Electro visions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem...
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her... Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people?
Magari ragazzi potrei cominciare anche a livellare Kazuha, visto che stiamo facendo la quest per arrivare ad Inazuma.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. The time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon...
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Torniamo insieme.
We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash. We've seen many exciting battles today, and now at long last, the 2 finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. She strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of her name causes even Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Wow!
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed her
Che
thrilling
pizza
match in
metal però,
semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch. As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived. Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not— Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
Oddio, raga, hanno fatti I botti. E vota mo.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Ecco.
The vision is missing.
Huh?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Cala.
A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the price in the first place?
Che pizza!
The moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly.
Leaving so soon.
Be gone!
Rain outlines your fate.
No escape.
Windblade!
You can't run from death.
A reward on the road.
Perfetto.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
Ok, non
You can
vedevo,
hear
raga.
that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me.
Follow me
There
è
may
una
be an
parolona.
ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected.
Ah,
In
e
which
non ve
case,
vedevo.
please stand back.
Ai 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 ai. Che dolore. Non vedo niente. C'è la miseria.
Freeze. You're open. Freeze.
Obey! By ordinance divine!
That was below.
Windblade!
I got careless.
Molto bene. Sì, non lo metto in dubbio, però già il fatto che i boss debbano essere più difficili già non mi piace tanto come idea. Ciao, Varò.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Meglio così.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now.
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily since there was no use in trying to face you in the match. I decided to put my... I was
Praticamente l'ha
convinced
rubata
I
perché non
prepared
ci voleva.
thoroughly for my escape, But somehow, you still managed to catch it. After all I went through to get it? I think not. I know an empty threat went fine.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing...
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and it seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Whoa, whoa, we don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Come vuoi, non c'è problema. Vieni.
What are you trying to do?
Let me read you a verse.
Sì, sì. Ah, certo, certo. Come no, certo, certo. Ma che capita? Ah, certo, certo.
No, no. Do what you want.
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my...
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you.
No, no. No need for that.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it.
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hand. When people are
Praticamente voleva vedere se si azionava la visione sotto varie circostanze, ma non si è azionata.
Nothing happened.
Esatto.
Yes. From the moment he stole the vision, I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision.
È deluso, poverino.
No matter. This was expected.
Yeah, what's the story behind...
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day I may come to find that all I have done is meaning. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the...
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us.
Wow. È più lunga del previsto comunque, raga, eh.
leave already?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be...
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor...
Yes, I believe so.
Ok.
Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word, but the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued
mi
by
sembra
a
giusto,
perpetual
Metal.
tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're...
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel...
Paimon believes you'll find a way for
Thank you. May both... One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's